Hi guys, I hope you're fine. I wish you a good day, good morning, good afternoon, good whatever. Today it will be very interesting. It should be a good 1 vs 1 match. We will have Legolas in the blue corner, weighing 150 pounds, and in the red corner, from the United States, weighing 155 pounds, Mr. Dan. Okay. Let's focus about the first blood, which could be coming sooner than we think. Um, I think both players are 1 star, so it's really a fair battle. There's no prejudice as to whatsoever. And will this strike go on? He will. So, yeah, both players have already scouted each other's base. Um, I personally favor Dan to win this in the red corner, but we never know. Legolas is a very good player. Um, yeah, judging by how fast they built their AV factory, I can confirm that Dan is on 1 star and Legolas is on 1 star too. Lego didn't play often since last couple of weeks, and Dan has did not play often the last couple of months. So, which one is the more rusty? Which one would take the most ridiculous risk? Um, I don't know. So it will be interesting to see. I hope these guys will give us uh, a good battle to enjoy. Speed of building is pretty equivalent so far. Um, Dan is a little faster, but it's of course because his first wind trap was without concrete. So for being faster, the penalty is that he had to spend some money to repair the trap, and he will have to be careful to not be low power at some point during his building order. Still no first blood recorded. Now there's our second EV factory here, and these guys are proving my point that the third refinery before second EV factory is an incredibly popular build order. I don't know why. I personally don't understand how you can benefit from deferring your second EV factory in a situation like this, 8 minute no rush. But anyway, that's not a big difference. Um, before between this and the orthodox build order of going second AV factory before third refinery. Anyway, each can have his or her specific thinking about that. So far, very close. We didn't have a battle of the Scots, and we didn't even have the first blood. Um, Dan is cutting a little more each corner of his opponent's bases. Now Leto has a refinery and as a barrack, sorry, but Dan went instead for the third EV factory before the barracks. So you'll see here that Dan should get an advantage in the AV vehicles department. However, Legolas began building infantry sooner. Which strategy will pay the more? We'll see soon. Now Leto has his outpost and Dan build its barracks. Oh, we got the first blood! Legolas got the first blood! He did it! Yeah. So if it comes down to one track difference in the end game, Dan will only have himself to blame as to he did lost a track at the beginning. No, that's not serious. Now, once Blue Starport here is recorded, and oh, that's original. A light factory is built here along with an outpost. The result is that, yeah, now Dan has a 2 AV vehicles advantage, but as Ledo as his first delivery, he gets the advantage now. And now, oh, the second light factory before the starport. That's original, but it can pay off. Sometimes when uh, when you fight on a large map and you have a lot of space to maneuver, it can pay off to have a lot of fast units. You can try to outflank your opponent, and obviously that's what Dan is thinking. Um, he he bets that he can like outflank Legolas or send some good sneak attacks, even if he has less AV vehicles, and even if he expands uh, at a slower pace than his opponent. We'll see if it pays off. Now Lego has expanded, and he has built also an EX research center, and he also has a third AV factory, so he's not far behind. And that's wise in my opinion to expand at a near place to your main base, um, because you can just click send your FCV without having to defend it whatsoever. Now guys are gathering their respective armies toward the middle. I guess, yeah, Dan now as starport, and after his delivery, um, guys are almost equal in the EV vehicle department, and yeah, so Dan has probably less missiles and less MCVs, but he has more light vehicles, and he even has three light factories, while Legolas has now two. We'll see. Hmm, this is an interesting first encounter. Lego, yeah, he has some siege tanks, so I think he will be able to push off this offense by Dan. Um, I'm not sure what Dan is trying actually. Lego has a rather good defensive wall. Um, he will lose some units because of the siege tanks, but that's a good defensive showing, in my opinion, from Lego's perspective, especially considering that he didn't use his whole army. He has a second one here ready to serve. And in the kills department, it's almost equal. It is equal, actually. So it looks like Dan took an unnecessary risk here. And now Ledo realizes he has the numbers advantage. And I'm not sure why Dan brought immediately these reinforcements. Um, this will not work in his favor, and now Lego will take an advantage in the kills department. 13 kills advantage actually. In the production department, Dan built more infantry, and he also has more light vehicles, as he already has three light factories since a little while. And Dan is a good player to follow. He has very flashy offensive style. He's not. He probably knows he could have done better in the beginning, he he will not can't be because of this. He's keep pushing his opponent as best as he can. Now I don't think he will go into a mass attack. He's just checking if he can pull down some siege and missiles tanks. Well, no, maybe he's trying the whole attack. But let us, I don't know what, oh, okay, the reinforcements are there. So yeah, the blue army found itself like split in two pieces, and Dan took advantage of that. Look at this, he already got up in the kills department. So good job of Dan after a shaky and average first attack. Now Legolas finds himself on the defense. Oh, already a palace built and a couple more MCVs coming. Now Dan expanded. In the money department, it's fairly equal, but Dan harvested a little more money. That's not a big issue at point, though. Um, I think Legolas could use a little more siege tanks because right now, if Dan sends like a couple of troopers, they, they could uh, they could do a lot of damage. Now more siege tanks from the blue player are coming. Not sure what this squad was trying to do, but it obviously did not succeed. Now we see that Legolas sold his construction yard, but he could still build here in the future if he wants. Change of tactic here from Dan. Oh, that's interesting. And we see that Dan really has the initiative now. He kind of decides where the next battle will happen, and Legolas is responding the best he can to this threat. In my opinion, this army is not enough to get a very fast victory. However, I still favor Dan to win the game in the long term. We'll see. And here, Legolas is suffering from a lack of siege tanks in this area because the troopers get free shots. And Dan realized that. He sends more and more troopers in this way. Now there's a siege tank, though. Now there's no more siege tanks. This is close, but Dan is going through it. And I can explain it partly because of the fact Legolas didn't have enough siege tanks in the key area. And actually, maybe I was wrong 1 minute earlier when I said that it would not be enough to gain a quick victory. Looks like it is. And there's already a second red army here. See in the kills department, wow, Dan really dominated this fight. Lego had a rather good start, but now everything is falling down for him. And a third red army is coming here. That's where Dan really impresses me. He can focus on at least 3 different areas simultaneously, which is very hard to do. It takes a lot of focus. Now there's a blue missile tank coming on, but that's really just a diversion at this point, and it can change very little to the outcome of this game. Not sure how Legolas can uh, can recover from this. Now he only has like $1,000 remaining. He will fight through the end, but the game seems sealed at this point. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. That's probably a kind of saying GG. Dan had a rough start and probably we can say a bad first attack, but he recovered really quickly and he exploited very well the weaknesses in the last team. I'm not sure why Legolas keeps fighting. Doesn't have a lot of buildings remaining. With that reads, oh, it's an interesting challenge. And I can testify from experience that Legolas is indeed better with Atreides. So maybe it will be closer. Maybe there's a rematch coming very soon.